There's a new political party in Quebec that is fielding candidates for the November 2026 provincial election. It is called the Parti Canadien de Quebec, or the Canadian Party of Quebec. C lowercase a capital PQ is the acronym. My recommendation is that it focus exclusively on offering a bright future for the people of Quebec, without being bogged down with divisive constitutional issues. In my opinion, the focus should be on 10 essential areas that, based on news reporting, lack the current government's full attention. The last mandate saw legislation designed to harm minorities and healthcare. That energy was diverted from the 10 areas of greater importance to the population. The first is healthcare. For patients, they should come first, followed by the doctor's wellness, who are often overworked, bogged down with administrative duties, resulting in them being unable to see enough patients and the nurses. Of course, the hospitals should also receive upgrades where necessary. The second is infrastructure, such as roads, sewer, and water management. Today, hundreds of kilometers of road surfaces are in terrible shape. To fix them, a new government focused and not distracted could find solutions quickly. And then on a side to that, the hydroelectric network, which is vulnerable to storms and hot weather, causing major blackouts that just seem to be getting worse. So there needs to be a commitment to the investment to making sure that those are taken care of. 3, labor. When oftentimes there are strikes or there are breakdowns in negotiations, there ought to be some contract between the government and the workers and their unions to avoid ever missing a date for contracts. There should be a better management-worker relationship, and that should be focused. Next, for education. We want to lower the number of people that are dropping out of school. We want to make sure that their physical strength, as well as their psychological health, is taken care of from a very young age. 5, elder care. Elder care is unique. In other places, there are programs which show great respect for the elders, which, in my opinion, contributes to old age. So any government policy regarding elder care should keep that in mind. No more housing people waiting to die. Our elderly are a vast treasure trove of knowledge and will be less of a burden on the state if they are a part of society. Story time with the young. Exalt them. Celebrate our elderly. And that, I believe, can save a burden on the public purse. 7, public investment. There ought to be more involvement and buy-in from the public for massive public endeavors. We saw in the last mandate tens of millions of dollars lost, and that's taxpayer dollars lost, which could have gone to other things. 8, a much more rigorous accountability of government expenditures. The question should be before, during, and once the programs are implemented, did this expenditure of public money get an A in terms of outcome, B, C, D, or F? There ought to be the highest standards in all public utilities and facilities. Number 9, climate change. Though controversial, the evidence is clear that the storms and major forest fires are getting worse. The damages are more frequent and costly than ever. Insurers tell us that extreme weather instances, unlike those we've seen in a long time, are happening. Flood management, floods, and also fire risk. Trees falling on power lines, all those ought to be addressed as they are crucial for the quality of life. Again, more important than constitutional issues. And number 10, the new party has an opportunity to avoid spending too much time on constitutional issues or where are the status of Canadians in Quebec, be they English, French, or Allophone. This is very important. Any leader should focus on, among other projects here, the unity of Quebecers, whether they be French from the regions or English from the suburbs or French from downtown cities. We all have to get along by building a healthy respect for each other's differences. All have to have a stake in building a better province. And these divisive politics need not be a feature of this particular party. It can offer Quebecers something pleasant for all. In my opinion, there are many Quebecers, English and French, who find the language laws restrictive, robbing parents of the freedom to choose the language of instruction for their children. It is not the government's business to take away rights from people. It has been a fixture of Quebec politics for decades. It has been divisive. It has chased away investment and talent that could have added tremendously to Quebec. And I say this having lived in Quebec for most of my life. When I came to Quebec, Montreal was the premium city in the country. It earned the Expo 67, which was a huge success and put Montreal on the international map. Montreal also once had a baseball team that unified the two solitudes. Again, another feather in Montreal's cap. It already had and still has a champion hockey team. And in addition to all of that, Montreal had the Olympics 60 years ago. These events cemented Montreal in the minds of people all over the globe, which is great for attracting investment, attracting opportunities for our young and old and middle-aged alike. Lost tax revenue from that missed robust economy had a deleterious effect on budget deficits, resulting in burdensome tax rates and underfunding in critical areas. Quebecers have to face a new global order with shifting alliances. With AI and other radical economic changes and forces, the old paradigms are no longer valid. Everything is changing, from the arts and culture, the way that's produced and consumed, to all sorts of other areas of life. AI is affecting everyone's life. Constitutional and language bickering will not help people in remote areas have affordable, good food and clean water. Nor will it help our young to have meaningful jobs and get on the property ladder. Finally, for the upcoming election, if the Canadian Party of Quebec can avoid being distracted by language hawks and constitutional issues, there won't be any time, per se, to get distracted by what the other parties are doing, wasting time on the same dossiers. I'm hoping that all of these 10 points can be the primary focus during election time.